the Pasadena Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we got 1998. One of the incredible songs. Robert Tier is deserved to be a servant of the district. Robert Tier is a public servant. I always work at the Liberia National Security Agency. In Kemakanda.
Robert Tier of the Unity Party, we will say thank you, Mr. Tier.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kyle Oliver Kine. I'm here today on this wonderful edition. Today is certainly Monday, the 17th date of April 2023, with a lot of issues making the news in our country, Liberia, constituting today's menu. Too many things to talk about, too many political things to talk about. The Supreme Court of Liberia was able to give the Musa Hassan Belete faction of the Liberty Party the Tito bite finally, as Yombly Kanga Lawrence has been declared an unofficial individual to do business on behalf of the Liberty Party. That is a passing news. Montserrat County as a county was able to secure. The county got a little over $500,000 from the Western Cluster deal with resolution signed. We're going to be talking about it. The 19 legislators of Montserrat County in a meeting crafted a resolution, and they were able to announce the amount of $500,000 from the Western Cluster deal that is supposed to be going towards the developmental issues in the county. That information will be dealt with. We have a lot of the information relative to that. We're going to be telling you what we believe, what we think should be the order of the day. Yes, like the China Union money we heard about years ago, like the issue of China Union money years ago, we are going to be talking about the Western Cluster $500,000 that was given to the caucus of Montserrat County. I mean, the two senators, Senator Darius DeLong and Senator Sir Joseph, and the entire 17 representatives are aware of that money. They were in a meeting. A meeting was attended. The disclosure was made, and they all crafted a piece of paper intended that is supposed to be the paper that will authorize the disbursement of that money, that will authorize the expenditure of that money. And so we're going to be looking into that issue today, right here on the People's Station. That is not the only news in country. The biggest breaking news in Liberia is the one that has to do with Joe Bwaka, brother-in-law, and taking him to court on grounds of allegedly duping his brother of a little over 20 acres of land in Cardwell, adjacent the Taylor Mayor compound. The brother-in-law said Joe Bwaka duped him in the land business. We'll bring you details of that as it is already published in the Independent Probe newspaper. That story is already on the Independent Probe newspaper. We're going to talk more about that. A Liberian presidential aspirant is being taken to court. The court has summoned him, according to the Independent newspaper, the Independent Probe newspaper, for allegedly duping his own brother-in-law in a case involving land business. His brother-in-law said about duping with land business. That is an example of one of the news trending in the country. Let's take a few bars of our theme song. It is kind of uneasy in studio. By the time we return from having a few words of our sponsor, we're going to come right back on this platform and to navigate through the many important discussions of today right here on the People's Station. Let's take our break to be right back.
now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've been doing that. We got people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. In social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you pointing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, then what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we're taking them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some autonomous. Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous. That means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And if you are
hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the search of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
Okay, so we want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. Well, so I thought una CDC men can speak English. These politicians in Liberia are noted for giving us unnecessary drama on a daily basis. The people say CDC people they can speak good English. I don't know if that's true. We will have to conduct that survey. But this is an old ECOWAS, or better still on the radio, interview with a Unity Party a representative aspiring in district number 16. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to this short audio just to spice up the conversation before we get officially started with today's edition. Let's listen to this one quickly. Listen.
Robert Tier of the Unity Party. We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've been doing that. We got people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. In social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you pointing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, then what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we're taking them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous.
That journalist too was that female journalist was very, very very, very critical. What we say the boroughs what? The man said he want the boroughs autonomous. Why should you go and ask a follow-up question? Why journalists are rude in this country? Why are media people very, very rude in this country? Listen.
If you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
You almost laugh. Oh God! Look, this is a stress relieving pills, right? We want the boroughs autonomous. You want to say, what? You want to borrow what? Listen.
We carry to them. So before I ask them what they need and what they need, we're taking them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The Boris what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous. That means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things to do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at the many young people are graduated from college also in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh,
Elementary division. And we're credible. We are more accessible. And we're development oriented. So
Hello? Robert B. Tier. Robert B. Tier is a librarian.
that means you have that we want the boroughs autonomous.
After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Marlboro to attend the junior high school, the Pasadena Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert here is one of the daughter's sons. Robert here is one of the credible sons. Robert here is deserved to be a servant in the district. Robert here is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency in Kematan, in Kematan.
Robert.
All right. I think this one is is importantly okay. Wow. Look, I don't even know why I'm playing this, but this is really, really unrealistic, right? The man said he's a teacher. So if a film was say, at what level are you teaching? if a borough can be so autonomous, at what level? At what level are you doing your teaching? I want to borrow autonomous. Tell me, it would have been better if you do the thing grow. Wow. Anyway, we're back. Like I told you, the Montserrat County Caucus was able to receive $500,000 from the Western Cluster deal. That is a story we're going to be, we'll teach behind that story, because we will not want what happened to the first China Union money at the legislature. We will not want that thing to be done. There are records to show different districts in this country, especially in Montserrat County. There are records to show China Union giving serious-minded money, close to $30,000 to each of the districts across this county. And bulk of the districts in Montserrat were unable, to benefit a single thing from that China Union deal. We're also reliably informed, and by the way, we have the records, we have the documents, we have meeting minutes, we have the resolution here that was signed by a couple of lawmakers from the Montserrat County Legislative Caucus. And so we're going to be running into that conversation during the course of the show. So just so you know, we have everything available. 500,000 was received, and there are quote unquote supposed to be implementing lines in that document. That is what we're going to be talking about, because it is one thing to do a piece of paper and say this is how we use the money, and another thing to use the money inappropriately, to use the money inadequately. And so those are issues we're going to talk about here on the platform. But before we run to the Montserrat County issue, let's look at this story that is trending in the country. And this story was published on the 17th of April 2023, which is today. It is published in the Independent Prop newspaper. The Independent Prop newspaper. I'm quoting the Independent Prop newspaper. For those of you watching online, you can go to your internet. Go to the internet and type in www.independentprop, Liberia, and you will have the link to the newspaper website, and you can read this story we're about to talk about. All right. And so the caption here says Joe Bwaka dragged to court over alleged land dupe. Did you get that? Joe Bwaka dragged to court over alleged land dupe. Let's read the story. Unity Party's political leader, Joseph Yuma Bwaka, had been handed a writ of summons over the alleged duping of his brother-in-law, Arnold Kandakai, of 21 acres of land located in the Cardwell Township adjacent to the Taylor Mayor compound. A citation titled Petition for Removal of Cloud Over Title Deed, issued over the weekend by Judge Kennedy Peabody of the Civil Law Court at the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, commended the sheriff, deputy sheriff of Montserrat County, to ensure that the Unity Party political leader, who is the defendant, appear on April 22, 2023. The Independent Probe News understands that due to the recent illness of former Vice President Joseph Yuma Bwaka, an appearance by his lawyers was made for an extension to which the presiding judge, Kennedy Peabody, redirected the defendant, Joseph Yuma Bwaka, appear before it on April 22, 2023 at about 10 a.m. to answer to a petition filed before it by petitioner Arnold Kanaka of the United States of America through his attorney, as failure would constitute default judgment. It reads, you are hereby commanded to summon the above named respondent, defendants, in the above entitled clause and cause of action to appear before the March term of court, AD 2023, same being the 20th day of March, AD 2023, at about the hour of 10 a.m. You are further ordered to summon the respondent and respondents herein to file his or her returns to the petitioner plaintiffs, petition complaints, and or on or before the 22nd day of April 2023, and failure to do so, a deferred judgment will be rendered against him or her, them. The rate of summons reads. The appearance of Joseph Bwaka this week will now become the second time in less than a year at the Civil Law Court. In May of 2022, the political leader of the opposition Unity Party, Joseph Bwaka, testified in a controversial CPP framework document saga against incumbent CPP political leader Alexander Benedict Cummings. Former Vice President Bwaka told the state court that at no time was he aware of any withdrawal clause in the framework document, blah, blah, blah. The former VP testified as a state witness in a case filed by All Liberian Party against Alexander Cummings, political leader of the ANC, blah, 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 and so forth. Okay, so let's see. These are all CPP issues. These are all CPP issues. So we proceed. Let's see, what do we have here on the CPP situation? Yeah, these are all CPP. These are all CPP, conversations. So yes, that is exactly where we are as a people. But we're going to take this quick break to be right back. Let's take this quick break to be right back.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the search of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope.
Okay, so welcome back. Welcome back, fellow Liberians. So let me go back to the case. Let us go right back to this case. It is when you are online, go to the Independent Probe newspaper. Let us read. And I'm going to reread this story for you to hear. It says, the political leader of the Unity Party, Honorable Joseph Yuma Bwaka, had been handed a writ of summons over the alleged duping of his brother-in-law, Mr. Anol Kandakai, of 21 acres of land located in Caldwell Township, adjacent the Taylor Mayor compound. A citation titled Petition for Removal of Cloud Over Title Deed, issued over the weekend by George Kennedy Peabody of the Civil Law Court of Liberia at the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, commended the sheriff, deputy sheriff of Montserrat County to ensure that the Unity Party political leader, defendant Joe Bwaka, appeared on April 22, 2023. Today is the 17th of April. Tomorrow is going to be the 18th. Wednesday will be the 19th. Thursday will be the what is it? So Wednesday, today is the 17th, Monday, Tuesday, 18, Wednesday, 19, Thursday, 20, Friday, 21, Saturday, 22. Yeah. So on the 22nd, Ambassador Bwaka is supposed to be appearing before the civil law court under George Peabody's instruction. The RP News understands that due to the recent illness of former VP Bwaka, an appearance by his lawyers was made for an extension, to which the presiding judge, Kennedy Peabody, redirected that the defendant, Joseph Yuma Bwaka, appear before it on April 22, 2023 at about 10 in the morning to answer to a petition filed before it by petitioner Anol Kandakai of the United States of America through his attorney. So Joseph Bwaka's brother-in-law, Kandakai, is in America. As failure on the part of Ambassador Bwaka to appear on the 22nd of April this month at about 10 a.m. will constitute default judgment. Let's be clear about it. As failure will constitute default judgment. And it reads in quotation, "You are hereby commanded to summon the above named and respondent Joseph Yuma Bwaka in the above title cause of action to appear before the March term of court, same being with the 20th day of March 80, and that was the time he's supposed to appear. He was supposed to appear on the 20th of March, but by then his lawyers told the court that he was not feeling well, so he could not appear in court. So Judge Kennedy Peabody was able to redirect the case, redirect the appearance from March 20th to April 22. So that is about 1 month, 2 days. So Judge Kennedy Peabody was able to grant Omen Joe Bwaka 1 month, 2 days because his lawyer said he was not feeling too well. He was not okay. He was not, he was sick. So the lawyer said the papa is sick. Papa can come to the papa can come to the court, to answer as to whether that you dupe Mr. Anor or not. So he's sick. So the judge in his wisdom said, okay, since the accused is unable to be in court due to the quote-unquote sickness situation by his lawyers, we will give a period of 1 month so that in 1 month time, the Honorable Vice President will be able to appear in court to give us sufficient reason as to why the case brought up against him by his brother-in-law should not be taken into consideration and so forth. So on the 22nd of this month, Ambassador Bwaka is supposed to be appearing before the court. This is a breaking news. This is an important conversation. And I want people to engage this conversation with open mind and a sense of objectivity. That is what I want people to do. Now, in this situation, it is very clear that a case against the former vice president is currently at the Civil Law Court of Liberia under the gavel of George Kennedy Peabody. It is clear. Now, did Ahmed Joe Baka actually dupe his brother-in-law? That will be something that will be established if the Omer appears at the Civil Law Court on the 22nd of this month. While we await that appearance to be made, let it be known that this is not the first time a case of land and land-related issue has been brought up against Omen Joe Baka. The last time, some folks from Bentown in the Marshall area, Lower Magibi, brought some complaints against the former vice president. And up to this minute, we still have one of the deeds with us in studio. We still have one of the deeds. So we are going to wait, and that's what I'm going to do. We are going to wait for the case to be heard. The former vice president will have to go to court and tell us whether his brother-in-law lying on him, whether his brother-in-law saying the truth, or whatever response he, as a former vice president and the accused in this matter, has to say about all of the issues brought forth against him. That is the essence of the democratic process. That's the essence of the rule of law, to give people the benefit of the doubt, to give people the opportunity to defend themselves, to say what they know about a particular story that is brought up against them. That is what the rule of law calls for. So I am not going to be so fast in judging Omen Joe Baka as being a dubious man in dealing with land issues. I'm not going to say Omen Joe Baka is crooked, in doing land business, because he is yet to appear to provide his response to the, accusation against him. If that is done, I will particularly have an analysis to make as to, the status of the case. But here is what I think should be done. And here is what I think is happening. When you look at the story that was published in the Independent Probe newspaper, you will realize that Omen Joe Baka should have appeared before the court on the 20th of March 2023, this year, last month. On the 20th of March 2023. But according to the paper, his lawyers went there on his behalf and said, our client, Omen Joe Baka, is not well. And so he cannot appear today, March 20, 2023. So in the wisdom of the judge of the Civil Law Court of Liberia, George Kennedy Peabody, according to this newspaper, was able to redirect the sheriff of the court, the deputy sheriff, and other people to inform Ambassador Baka that he will appear on the 22nd of April, giving him 1 month, 2 days to respond to accusations against him. Now, what are we trying to establish here? The first and foremost is, let us be honest with ourselves and do, how you call this thing? A practical fact check. One month, 2 days ago, Omen Joe Barker has been actively involved with too many things in this country. To the best of my ability, to the best of our recollections, all of us in this country, the old man has gone to too many political meetings. We've seen the old man interact with people. In fact, the latest was the one that had to do with the voter registration process across the country. So what I should say to you is that 1 month ago, he was good enough to appear before the court to answer. Howbeit, his lawyers made the court to understand that he was not well. My candid advice in this situation as a public opinion leader is to discourage people from branding Joe Barker land rogue. Don't do it. When you do that, you'll not be doing anything. I mean, you will be wrong. To look at Omen Joe Barker and say, oh, you can steal land, don't do that until the court is done with their proceedings and a verdict is handed down. So just wake up and start calling Omen Joe Barker land roll, you'll be wrong. Don't do it. Number two, there is no ruling to show that Joe Barker for true, that he duped his brother-in-law. Until a ruling can be handed down, in my mind, I may be wrong about it, but I think it is going to be premature for you to say Joe Barker is a land crook. So you should reserve all your comments until the 22nd of April. Now, that is for those of you in the public to avoid negatively branding the old man, and maybe the entire case will come out and it appears to be different. Now, for the old man himself, Omen Joe Barker, your lawyers, according to this paper, represented you and told the court that you were not well, and so you could not appear. Please, we've seen you go to register the voter registration. We've seen you patrol too many places. We've seen you involved in political discussions. You've been attending political rallies, meetings. There are records to show that you left the confine of your home and went to other places for business engagements. And so it will hang a cloud of doubt. It will hang a cloud, right? It will hang a cloud of doubt on your character if you will not appear on the 22nd. I just told the people they will be wrong for calling you land rogue. They will be wrong for calling you a crook. Somebody who crook your own brother-in-law. I just told them they will be wrong if they said that to you. They should not do it because there is no verdict to show that you are a land crook. There is no verdict to show that you are a land rogue. And so it will be inappropriate for anybody to do so. Whilst we are discouraging people from branding you as a land criminal or as a land crook, we're equally calling on you, Mr. Barker, to respectfully, in a more respectful manner, to make yourself available to the courts. Your brother-in-law, through his lawyers, informed the court that you duped him over 25 acres of land in Caldwell. That's how we can call it in Liberia, well. But it is Cardwell, Elijah Cardwell. They name Cardwell after Elijah Cardwell. Those of you who did elementary Liberian history. The story says you duped the man of land in the tune of 25 acres adjacent the Taylor Mayor compound in Cardwell. Right around Taylor Mayor compound, what I mean, adjacent, right side. You duped the man. That's what we are told. You allegedly duped the man. You and somebody do business and you do crooked way you operate. That is the accusation against you. As an individual going towards the election, especially somebody wanting to become president of the Republic of Liberia, I saying that it will be extremely important for you to make yourself available to clear the doubts because your supporters are concerned. No, not about some of us who do not believe that you can be president, but at least for your supporters. For us, we are clear. We just believe that you've given Liberia all of what you could offer. You've done all of what you had in your power to do. There is nothing else that you didn't do for this country that you're able to do. No, for us, we know that. But for those who still believe that you have extra pedigrees, extra potentials, those who also believe that you have, different abilities to do different things, you need to give them that confidence. Because right now, some of them are thinking, oh, the man who I want to support to be president, the men are land roll, or the men are crook, the men can crook people on land business. They are having this kind of thoughts. So it will be essentially important for you to engage the court on the 22nd as being commended by Judge Kennedy Peabody of the Civil Law Court. Go there, Omen Joe Bwaka. There is record to show that you've been at the Temple of Justice to testify against Mr. Cummings. You didn't go there one time. You didn't go there 2 times. Not 3 times. You went there 6 different times to testify in the case that was brought forth against Mr. Alexander Cummings. In your opinion, when you appear at the court, you made Liberians to understand that you went there to provide the truth, the clarity as to what you knew about the quote-unquote, alleged forgery that Mr. Cummings was accused of by Benani Ure of the All Liberian Party. So if you had to muster the courage to go and provide additional information, relating to a case that was brought forth against Mr. Cummings, if you had that courage, if you had that zeal, that ability to appear for something that didn't concern you primarily, I think it is going to be an essential thing for you to make yourself available on the 22nd so that you say exactly what you know about the land business. Because for us personally, we do not care, but we are asking you to do so because it will help to restore confidence in your supporters. Because just by hearing say you crook your own brother-in-law on land business, it's a troubling news. It is a troubling news. For somebody to say the man who will be vice president crook his brother-in-law. Now listen, there's certain relationship in this country that you don't tamper with. A man can be as principle-minded on too many issues when it has to do with his wife. Once his wife is involved, oh, no. There are too many laws that can be bent when the wife is involved. Because when the woman front out her face, it's almost like amendment to the law. Once your wife front out her face, that's amendment. Oh, yeah, to my heart, when Madame front up, even I had different policy, I got to change. It is automatic. Ask Nico Kenapo, she'll tell you that. When the woman frowns up in a case, when the woman is not happy, you the man that trouble. Woman VP, for somebody to say you crook your own brother-in-law, something where can make a woman vex, something that a woman will not like, it's a grave allegation. Now, I don't know whether you were actually sick at the time, or maybe it was true. Your lawyers were right about it when they put in the excuse. But please, you should find time to go to the court and at least issue a response to this matter. Because to keep lingering, to keep, sending the lawyers to say, I'm ready to go sit down in court yet. I'm not ready to go toilet. Oh, I'm sick. I'm not ready to go. My back hurting. I'm ready to go. My stomach it won't hurting. To keep prolonging it will keep giving people the impression that the case that was brought forth against you is adequately true, nothing else but the truth. Please go to court. I just told the people, and all of you who will start calling on the show right now, I dare any of you to call Joe Baka Lane Road. I will cut you off. Let me be honest with you. I dare any of you to call him Joe Baga Lane Road, call him Crook Lane Road or Lane Crook. I dare any of you to call him Crook. I'll call you off. You call him Crook, I cut you off. You call him Lane Road, I cut you off. There is no record to show that he stole a brother Lane or he crooked his brother-in-law. I mean, there is no record to show that. Until he can go to court to respond to the matter, and a verdict handed down after cross-examination and, being given the due process, then we can make a determination based on the records that will be coming from the courtroom. So for you to just open your mouth when you call national and say, "Oh, Joe Baga Lane Road, I'll call you off." I beg you, you my friend say you call, you say that thing, I'll cut you off. I'm clear about it. Now, why I'm going to be restricting people from making statements that are, naked statement without the accompanying facts. I will also want to ask you, Mr. Bwaka, to do the honorable thing. The lawyer then let us say that small. You went to court to testify against Cummings 6 times. When you are not the primary, defendant, you are not even the primary plaintiff in that case. The plaintiff that the man who can carry a complaint. And the defendant that the man who they can carry a complaint against. You are not you were not the primary defendant in the Cummings case. You are not the primary plaintiff in that case, but you went there 6 times to provide testimonies. It says, at about this time where you are the primary defendant and the accused in this matter, we're asking you to do the honorable thing to appear in court, because failure on your part to continue to do so, according to the statement from the George Kennedy Peabody, you will automatically encounter default judgment. It means if you not appear on the 22nd, it means all the things your brother-in-law say against you, that's true. Now, if it is true, then it is going to be having a dent on your character as a presidential aspirant. Because Liberia will not need to have a president who can do crooked land business. To do so is to subject the country to crooked bilateral deals, because the foreign minister will be taking instructions from you. So since we've not reached to that level yet, since we are still in the embryo stage of this conversation, it is essentially important that you take seriously the matter and make yourself available in the courts so that you can say what Mr. Arnold Kandakai said about you duping him. With the issue of land worth over 25 acres, totaling over 25 acres at the Taylor Mayor compound in Caldwell, adjacent the Taylor Mayor compound. That's the best thing you should do. That's the best thing you should do. So we're going to take this quick break. We'll take this quick break, have words from our sponsors. By the time we return, we take your calls on it. After taking calls on it, then we go to the issue of Monserrate County senators and law and representatives who receive $500,000, and we'll talk about the whole thing. We'll talk all. In this situation, we will talk all. So that is exactly what it is. Let's take this break to be right back.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Okay, so welcome back to the program, Freedom Hub on 87.9. A court summons against Joe Bwaka has been issued. He's expected to appear in court on the 22nd of April, 2023. to answer as to why he should not be held, responsible for duping Mr. Anor Kantakai, who is currently in the United States, but filed his case, against Bwaka through his lawyers. Bwaka was supposed to appear on the 20th of March, which is last month. His lawyer said he was not well. He was not okay, and so he could not appear. And so the judge, in his wisdom, Judge Kennedy Peabody, owing to the fact that Joe Bwaka, although nobody above the law, but the man being a former vice president, thought to call him some form of a courtesy to say, okay, Senator being too well, I'll give him 1 month, 2 days. In 1 month, 2 days, after 1 month, 2 days, he should appear here and tell us whether that's true, he duped his brother or not. Please. You call here, you say Joe Bwaka, a land criminal, I'll get fair with you. When you say Joe Bwaka, a land crook, I'll get fair with you. Because the court is yet to issue a final verdict on it. We're investigating as I'm speaking at the moment. There are folks who are in my inbox telling me about their personal encounter they have had with Omer Joe Bwaka on the same land issue, especially in the rehab area. Those are issues that we're hearing. But again, the case is still in the embryo stage, and we're waiting for the time where it is going to get matured. But let's know, what do you make of it? Should the vice president keep prolonging? Should the vice president go to some people say, oh, Papa, don't go there. They men are your brother-in-law. Why ain't bringing the case up now? Instead of bringing the case up ever since. So don't go there. When you go there now, you'll make the case hard. Other people tell Papa say, when you go there now, you'll make the case hard. Other people say, oh, Papa, they men, so don't bring it. Oh, better you settle it now. Let it finish before we go close to the election. When you keep delaying, it will affect. So what's your own situation? What do you make of this whole conversation? It is over to you. Call us and let's know what you make of it. The numbers are the same. Join us on 86500-104, 86500-104, 776-104-104 to be a part of the conversation. For those of you outside Liberia, especially in the United States and other parts of Europe, you can join us on +231 86500-104, +231 86500-104 to be a part of the conversation. Let's hear you on this topic, beginning with caller number 1. What's the name? Where you join us from? Okay, we missed out on this caller. Let's take this other person. Hello, go ahead.
Thank you, William W. Wulu, proposition Jerry from Carwell.
Go ahead, Williams.
No, we respect you as our brother, as our good friend. But did you know the last time he on Mr. Live program that they say get area right to be away? Know that one? Yeah, it happened on the Freedom FM. To level somebody when you try to get the hand of other case when. But you see when I call somebody cook or taking people whatsoever. But we don't want to have a very good quote on the 22nd. So that you can celebrate, we all would know what happened to it. But the law, taking that to be up in the law is not a good thing to do. We don't do it, but we are telling or asking him to go to the court camp on the 22nd. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave you right there and take this international caller. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Hey, I'm there from Louisville, Kentucky.
Kentucky, go ahead, Ambrose.
Yeah, Oliver, how you doing, man? How was the weekend?
We're good.
Okay, I know you said we shouldn't say that other thing, but can we say can I actually get both of them graduate from the same school here and they play some centers, equipping people, or doing some steady deal with people?
Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you.
Man, this one, you respect us, man. You gotta keep them one thing we can't say. You put a caveat on us. We can't say what we want to really say in our own opinion.
I know somebody who will violate this law. I know somebody who will violate this law. Thank you very much. Let's hear you. Let's hear this other person. Yeah, this person. Go ahead. What's your name?
Hello, I'm James David calling from 24th.
James David from 24th Street. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, the old man, she just tried to go.
Leave your radio, James. Leave your radio, James.
Okay, thank you. This old man, she just tried to exonerate himself from a brother-in-law charge. Because You see the paper that Harry Crime Mr. Clean him. The perfect in everything as a lens by most of his supporters. It's very clean. So let him go and clear his name before the election. Meanwhile, he will embarrass him.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll leave you right there and take this other person from the international line. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Jay Randy. I know you got restriction, but I got a story that was told by Joseph Walker, and Henry Costa is my witness. So one time he was on his show, he said while he was young, he and his brother decided to sell a sick Bedigo to a fuller man. Joseph Walker took the Bedigo to the fuller man, and the Bedigo was looking sick, and the man said he was not going to buy the good. Walker went back and decided to feed the Bedigo with a bucket full with water and salt, and took the Bedigo back to the fuller man. And he immediately sold the Bedigo to the fuller man, thinking that it was a different good. He sold before the old man, the fuller businessman, and said it was very good.
Wow.
And he said he told Costa the moment the fuller man gave him the money, he ran away. If this is not true, let Henry Costa tell the Liberian people that Boca did not say that. If Henry Costa lied, then that means that Boca will not win the election. If he said the truth, then Boca is a very honest person. So you go at Henry Costa. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you.
If that is not being crook, let's leave it like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. The court will determine whether Boca is a crook in this matter. This person, 1 minute, go ahead. Let's hear you. Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is Washington Civil Defender, and I call from Diesel.
Go ahead, Washington.
Okay, this is not the first time. I think one time the woman said admitted to croaking people, which has to do with goat. According to him, when he came goat, and he managed to give salt water to that goat got swallowed, and he sold it to somebody. It's a very bad idea for a man who wants to be president for the country.
Oh, Washington, your line is terrible. I remember the goat situation with Omen Joe Boca. But your line is bad. Let's leave you right there and take this other person. Hello, 1 minute.
Yes, hello, my brother. How you doing?
We're great, sir. Let's hear you. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Cassidy Baza, attorney for Fender.
The old man is supposed to be going to court on the 22nd. What do you say?
Yeah, actually, we hope to follow him in the court. But I don't think Joseph Boakai should be getting involved into this kind of thing. And in fact, his name should not even be called any kind of, criminal case. Because we see him to be somebody who says he's a leader. So he should not be involved with such thing in the first place. So this is just suggesting to us that we cannot entrust this man with our country. We cannot make that mistake. Because if we just try it...
But why can't you wait until a guilty verdict is handed down?
My point is, he should not even be... His name should not even be called into such a case. For me, that's my point. So whether he will be exonerated or not, he should not be involved into such matter. I hope he's getting a lot done to preach here.
Okay, thank you.
He's a man who needs to not be involved with that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cassidy Baza. Let's leave you and take this other person. Go ahead, quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, okay, how you doing, Baba?
This is the female general, Man Sisi.
Yeah, she's the one on the Lambo. It's actually on the way of problem.
Oh, I wouldn't say I know somebody who violated the law.
Yeah, I didn't call it's actually store, and I thought when that read to me, I'm Massisi. Before you know me for that. So you're showing that. So to go into the matter, my son, I won't bother for JMB for the case. But see, you say we should rest. We'll be talking about go message you way. That man is on your way. Don't say they said that the man can say go as a man said. And the man told you say carry your go by sick. And when you feed them up out of water. So I care about his soul, I go and run away with the money. So that man is a criminal. Don't tell him I'm going criminal. That man, if you know you're not doing, if you love my knee, I know that's so costly for you. And you come into the court, I will go and go to the court and free myself from the court. But the same time you say.
But the man lawyer said he was sick, man. Sisi, you know, people can be sick.
For how many years now, Baba?
I mean,
how many years now we're going to?
No, it's about a month now.
Okay, the other level, I think on the short point, say you want that. When you got to give my father land, I think you can follow that case again. What I want all of them walk for and see the same thing. And what job I need. Some makes some criminal don't come back in here. Some will break their rule. Thank you. What is going to suspend me? I don't care about that.
Oh.
There's a rule. Thank you.
man, Sisi. Man, Sisi. We leave it right there. Let's let's take the other person. Hello, 1 minute. Hello. Oh my God. The woman who got no restriction. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure. My name is Mohammed Emekanechion, and I'm speaking on 16 on the Adam President.
Go ahead, Mr. Kane. Let's hear you.
Well, thank you. I think the platform it is unique, but I think sometimes, my brother, I think we have to be very more serious on the platform. Okay, I think we need to. This platform is a platform that reaching across the entire world. So I think
what is the point you are reaching at? What's the point here? What's the point you're making?
Thank you. Okay. I listened to our mother called Masisi. I think she didn't know that she is a mother. Okay, and then she didn't know that even that you put it correctly. I think we all should. We should listen to the final ruling.
Okay. So we should wait for the code. I agree with you. Yes. I agree with you. Thank you. We leave you. We take the other person. Hello. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Go afternoon. Okay.
Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Vanny. I'm calling from Front Street.
Front Street. Go ahead, Vanny. What do you say?
Yeah, and you all let me tell you something serious. As an other person, you don't allow such a thing to come up because when people get a lot of things to say, meaning they are talking in family a corner or as a family matter for a very long time. They now meet there because your brother-in-law cannot take you to court. Meaning the horses are already sales you, so we will buy you enough.
Okay. So
I'm so sorry that you have already made another boundary. No problem. We'll follow the rule for today.
Yeah.
Logically, you brother, let me be frank with you.
Okay.
So you will wait for you small. No problem. We'll respect you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's take this international caller. What's your name? Where do you join us from? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. My name is Cyrus calling from Asia.
Go ahead, Cyrus.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you know that Papa been into a lot of land business within Liberia, especially where Joseph Baga live currently. That area is alley. And if it was poor person who live in a particular curve or that particular area, for me, I demolish that particular place. But Joseph Baga live down a true life. And actually, I've been coming very need to.
No, but this one has nothing to do with where he lives currently. I mean, the concern is whether he duped his brother or not.
He do because they are same thing because why he live now is like government property in Benin. So what all the money made in the country? Why he buy land?
Okay, that's a different conversation. But anyway, thank you very much, my brother. Okay, we leave you right there. Let's take 6 more callers, then we go into the Montserrat County money issue. That discussion will not be swept under the carpet. Trust me, we're going to have that conversation on this platform, every other platform, in our private discussions. We're going to have it because we will not want a repeat of what transpired with the China Union money in Montserrat. Let's take this other person. What do you say? The old man is supposed to be in court on the 22nd.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Maestro. You see, our account, these are the discussions the top of the opposition. When Nathan McGill and other was censored by the US government, to call it criminal or all any investigation. But because mass city coming up now and calling your own man criminal, they're getting self when you have to do anything wrong, you will say that I get well speaking. So like all my well speaking, tell me how.
Okay. All right. And it is logical, right? The guy's statement is logical because the last time when the sanction came, we know opposition folks, including radio stations that have their editorial policy tailoring the opposition agenda, calling, McGill, the other people rogues without the final investigation. At least I'm a bit civil. I'm asking people not to call Joe Baga land row or land crook, on this platform. So I mean, I'm a bit civil, but other people will not do. But the appropriate way to go about that is to ensure that you don't outrightly brand somebody a criminal in the absence of a due process. So let's wait and patiently give Joe Baga his due process. Then we can reach to a determination where we can brand somebody a crook or a criminal. This person, what is the name? Where do you join us from?
Okay. This is Kroma calling from Minnesota.
Minnesota. Go ahead, Kroma. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, I got a question. When did Bwaka start selling land? Was it after government, or when he resigned from the vice president before he started selling land?
I have a land deed in my office. I will be bringing the deed by tomorrow. Hopefully, Bwaka started selling land before he could enter government.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So then probably should be a land dealer. He said, "But he want to be president for now. He just be selling land."
No, so there was a period last year. 3 persons came to this radio station. They brought their deeds, and they even brought complaints how Omen Joe Bwaka is, selling their land on the highway in Marshall. In fact, he is doing same business. He got people who are undermining the sand, the land. And they are producing sand in Marshall. I mean, we have that record. We'll look into the file, but this is a different case. This one is involving his brother-in-law who is in the States where you are. With reference to a 25-acre of land.
But then, let's just consider the man. The same way people calling other people around here, just giving people false allegation. You don't even say nothing. Let's just consider that. But for today, we'll just keep it, because the next time we'll be on the scene level too.
we leave it right there. Let's leave it and take this other. Yeah. The restriction is not bad today. Only man CC can break it. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
This is Dominic from Clarendon.
Dominic, go ahead. Let's hear you, Chief.
I want to make a recommendation. Okay.
Go ahead.
Recommendation on the woman. My papi, that's why we have political diversity. But let's do justice to the woman. Let 20 seconds expire. When 20 seconds elapses, then you can introduce that topic. Then now we have known what the court say or what the court.
No. We gotta flag it first so the whole country will know you're going to court on the 22nd. If we're not talking.
Even though the papi is my friend right now, because the papi told me he can go to the bank. Everybody knows his story. He can go to the bank till loan. So he was vice president for 12 years, but he can go to the bank till loan. But for this one, I want to stand by him. Let's wait for the 27th to elapse. I beg you. Thank you.
And that's what I'm talking about as well. This other person, quickly, let's hear you. We got 3 more.
Yeah, Oliver Khan.
Go ahead, ma'am.
There's a man what's calling for Niger National Reporting.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah, Oliver Khan want to tell you, thank you. But you know what, Oliver Khan, you won't restrict or none at all.
No, I'm not restricting you. I'm only telling you, you can call somebody a criminal when the court is yet.
No, we can do it. You know what happened, my son Oliver Khan. You should call his support of justice. You were always talking about I know equity. Anybody say my car with clean hair.
Now what to say?
No people that know they got things that they get in the country. But they present themselves to the Labrador people that they get bread. They want God decide to expose them people. So we the Labrador people, we know the people they call up. Go now, check up, go. You don't play check up with God. When they see the go in the chat, go again, they say, they say go. Go will continue to expose them to the Labrador people. Thank you, my son.
Okay, we leave you right there. This other person quickly. No time. We are rationing the time.
Okay.
Go ahead, Maurice Croman. Let's hear you, Chief, quickly.
Thank you very much for the recognition. Thank you for the public. My name is Maurice Croman. I join you from my resident Johannes Market, Bananasville. Okay, it's like you told us not to call names, ready? But you see, our caller just dropped the line, and I love the way the caller addressed the issue. We got one person in this town that always use regular statement on more, especially on the presidency. And people will tell us that the person will not talking. So for me, I give my 100% support of the statement she gave. I support her 100%. My CC. Yeah, I give her 100% for that. I will not view. So in my conclusion statement, from now to the 20th, if Joe Bwaka now show face, forget it. He found it hard for us in the country.
No, the court statement says if he's unable to appear on the 22nd, it means there will be default judgment. It means the case what the man brought, it means that true. So they will pass judgment on him. A guilty verdict will be handed down.
Then, which means you find it very, very difficult.
So that is the time now. You can call him criminal, you can call him crook, but until then, you can say it now.
Okay, I'll send it back for that day to reach.
Thank you. We leave you right there. This other person, quickly, 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's hear you. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
First of all, I want to thank you for your talk. I want to appeal for my former father-in-law.
Oh, but no. The Omen is your former father-in-law, but his brother-in-law is the one taking the court. How you manage in the family and the thing is before court?
Yeah, okay. Now, what we should wait for the court result to come out.
But
I want to tell
my sister is not agreeing with you on it.
You are not talking to my former father-in-law. We know that 2023, this 2023 October, we're going to beat my former father-in-law, but he's so doing. But we're talking sometimes, but know that the man is a former bad person. Then we gain that respect more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that's my orator responding to Man CC. Let's leave it right there and take this other person quickly. We'll take 3 more after you, then we call it a day. No time. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chief.
My name is Franklin. I'm a executive member of the Friends of Khan Oliver Khan for the Real Leisure President Man we are council to team. You know, President Khan Oliver Khan, this allegation has just been led against Omen Joseph Waka and now something that been screened because we can still register a few years ago. It was somebody who had noticed the sell into 2 to 3 persons. So if you know that he is in that, then let him go to the court and prove himself innocent.
But the man lawyer said he was not feeling well at the time. I don't want to do that thing. You want to force the man to be well when he's not well.
President Khan, look at the term man that they gave the Omen JMB, gave him 1 month, 2 days to go and give a clear statement. So why can love keep pushing? It seems to be like you are guilty. That's the reason why a lawyer want to be dragging it. But I tell the time I know that you are land cook. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we leave it right here. Yeah, let's look. Everything in the studio that resembles telephone is ringing, and I'm becoming confused now how to take the calls. Oh God. Even with the restriction, people, Labrimbo how to deal with, very hard to deal with. You're stuck. Don't call the man crook until the court verdict. You're still doing it. This person, 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Zomoya Fafana calling from Kolahun District.
Kolahun District, Lofa County, from all the way Kolahun. Let's hear you from Kolahun District.
Yeah, Keo is sharing all our Uncle Rule for now. We'll keep our comment out to our Uncle Rule. But we're appealing to our uncle to appear in the court on the 22nd. If he can't appear in court, we'll start calling him criminals. Because he want to be president for this country. So we're appealing to him to appear in court on the 22nd. Failure in partner to appear in court, we'll call him a criminal. There's no doubt in that.
How is Kolahun District in Lofa?
Kolahun District is all right. The only frustrating part right now, we got all kind of leave from Kolahun today. They have to pass 2 seconds because of the road from Konya to Voima is terrible.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. But those living from Bon County to Salahi, do they have difficulties?
No. From Johnson all the way to Bon County, don't have no difficulties. Just from Foya to Konya.
Okay.
That is difficult part of the road right now we are talking about.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, welcome.
Let's hear you, sir. 1 minute, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Henry B. Rabba, calling from Tubman County.
Tubman Bird, go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you, for the topic on the discussion. This country is a country of law. We expect an individual who want to take state power to respect the law. So I also ask many other people asking some of our president.
But the public didn't say he will not go to court. The lawyers only said the man was not feeling well. So let's wait until the 22nd and see whether he will appear or not.
But you can see the debate, the woman said, but you can see him around start the day and see the people, we're not making whether he is the president, but to go to court, he said it's good that you go to the court and generate yourself from the issue that have been raised against him. That's what I'm calling him on. Because you say you want to be president, you got to be a man to respect the law. You can't be president, don't be arrogant to be president, then you start violating our law. So tomorrow, you become president, will be wife.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see whether we can take. Oh my God, the calls are 2 minutes. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah. You know what happened?
You didn't. You didn't call. Okay, you didn't call your name first, but let's hear you.
You people are again looking for Yeke Kolga.
We leave you. We take this other person. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, Avi M. Jones, they are calling from Kulaun district.
Go ahead, Chief.
Studio there, yeah. The only thing we got to say, the Pape got to come out and be clear with the position. He got to appear in court for the Liberian people to understand the case, but not to be dragging the case that he takes. It's better to go school than to go late. What problem will come out?
But you into the Pape body to know whether he's sick or not. The man said he was sick through his lawyers. Why are you people?
I'm not disputing the fact that he's sick, but my problem here, it's better to appear to the court so people can know what's going on. It's better to clear your side. And I be here that election, yeah. We don't want no court thing to be going on around the presidency or criminal attitude to be going on around the presidency. Thank you.
How is Kola home?
All right, no, the whole road part of the private boy SP to Egypt now. And they wouldn't even get right now.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll call us from Kola home. We leave this other person. We take this one. Go ahead.
Hello?
What's your name, sir? Where do you join us from?
Yes, my name is I'm Morning Black. Best solving the girl now. Thank you very much.
I'm Morning Black. Go ahead. Leave your radio now. We're getting feedback.
Yeah, but you see in the whole that situation, I see why the Pape refuse to choose the running mate because he confused. A lot of things surrounding him, time all around him. The Leicester, the Fota, and Mortar. Because they are bad things all around him. So why you say we not call the Pape criminal? Me, I would say, oh, well, forgive me, he's a criminal.
No.
Thank you.
No. Until the court verdict, you can do that. This person, 1 minute, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm from the one Maggie country.
Okay, we're taking 2 more after you. Just 2. We're not going beyond that. Quickly, let's hear you.
All the prevention, but this is what happened. Won't happen to you. So,
okay.
When you say good thing about somebody, you will get good results. So, I want to say thank you for that.
Okay, we take the second to the last caller. What is your name? Where you join us from, sir?
Yeah, okay. How you doing?
We are great, Chief. What is your name?
I'm Efoso C. Logan Jr. I'm phone from Peace Island, Chicota.
Peace Island. Go ahead, say.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Why will you say when I say cook? You teach how to turn now. Then the people say, well, there is no fire, there is no smoke. Are you a brother? We just look at you. You say, oh, you take my land, or you cook me and carry to court and drag into court. That part stop this thing. Now, people who cook, people get the laboratory to the kill. Let me tell you, I prepare a cook. Let me say, in Congo, we will not lie for you to go there. You can't be president for a cook, cannot be president in this nation.
We leave you right there.
You can be sleeping if you cooking people.
We leave you right there. We leave you. We will take the last person. These people are very tough to deal with. Quickly, you're the last person. You're the last. Go ahead.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, my name is Isaac Wuzing. I joined you from Togo. I'm a member of the Friend of KOK. Because we are leaders and also son of KOK.
1 minute. Go ahead.
I say quiet and then listen to you giving a life and restricting us not to classify the woman.
But why would you want to call the male a crook when there is no court verdict?
Our government official and our parties in this country was sanctioned by the U.S. government without a order to men saying that they did what they were saying for, but for no cause, opposition in this country run all around saying that these people are criminals. So why today is in a shoe? Why would you stand and classify this woman as criminal? This woman has been in so many land problems, and then people have been complaining on his knees over and over. Today again, another land problem, and he is saying that when people about attention with you, recharging and keep making all our president. We of course that will not be possible. So what we can say is not appear in court. This stamp that the court has given him, we all are going to classify him as a court and a criminal. Thank you for having me this afternoon.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the search of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. Yeah, the official position there from Crime Stoppers Liberia. And our CEO is Old Man Sam Sion, Old Man Samuel Sion, the Chief Executive Officer of Crime Stoppers Liberia. We want to say hats up to you, Pap. Yeah, he's part of our brothers and sisters who are interceding religiously for this country and other personal issues. The month of Ramadan is on, and gratefully, by the grace of the Almighty, they are to be ending their fast this week. That will be a joyous one. If it is going to be on Friday, as usual, there won't be work. If it will be on Thursday, there will be no work here. So whichever day the Grand Mufti will be announcing, that day will be set aside, to commemorate the climax of a month of holy intercession. Where people have been interceding on behalf of the entire country. Yeah, so that is what it is. But the lesson from this whole conversation today is just simple. You see how I fought hard to restrict our people from branding the old man as a crook and criminal, although other people violated the rules, but that's it. That's democracy. It's because when these things are playing out amongst you people, for those of you who do not see anything good with George Weah, his administration, and people who he brought forth to serve with him, whenever something very simple or maybe grave, very, 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 tough situation happens, you are so fast in concluding. You do not even allege. Sometimes you just outrightly call people criminal. You celebrate people who outrightly call the president a criminal without substantive, records, nothing to show. You outrightly support people who brand other people as criminals in this country only because of political alignment. You heard the guy from District 16. That guy was so hurt. He was sounding, you could feel the pain in his voice only because Mancini said Joe Biden got a crook. But that guy will always celebrate when one lawmaker brands the president in demeaning form and manner. He will celebrate when the law refers to the president and other people in demeaning form and manner. He will also go on the rampage. That man who called will also go on the rampage. Perhaps personally for him, he may not be involved, but there are people who get on the rampage and accuse people in the cycle of the president of being criminals, demons, and other things. He will say nothing about only because Joe Biden, own brother, carrying the code for land issue. The man is talking. Oh, that today I know the platform, a big platform. A big platform. The platform is worldwide. Who told you said the whole country? He knows this is a big platform. And go to the Sierra Leone border. When you cross, you go Sierra Leone. You hear the Freetown men listening to the radio, and the guys will say they love our accent. They love how Liberians can talk. And so sometimes they're listening to the radio. They want to know exactly what's happening next door, from the political perspective. So yeah, it's a big platform. Trust me, it is. So we know that you don't have to tell us that there's a big platform, but we're only telling you that you don't judge people using a standard that you cannot accept to be used to judge you. That is totally unfair and hypocritical. I will be civil. I will be objective. I will be a professional by asking people to refrain from branding the old man a crook and a rogue until the 22nd is here and done. If that date will come and pass, there and then we can make a determination as to the status of the old man. But until then, oh man, my position is still clear. The onus is upon you to save yourself, and clear your name of this whole Rick Moreau and situation involving you, dubiously dealing with your own brother-in-law, your woman brother. That is so unfair. That is terribly, terribly unfair, and I don't think that is what you need to do. Now, let's go to this issue that is very quick. The Legislative Caucus of Montserrat County, fellow Liberians, met on the 16th of March 2023. All of you living in District 1, District 2, District 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and District 17. All of you living in these 17 districts of Montserrat County should listen and listen very well. Your lawmakers met on the 16th of March 2023. Hello? Your lawmakers met on the 16th of March 2023, last month. On the issue of discussing how to spend $500,000 that were received from the Western Cluster deal. We'll tell you more about this story in the coming days. They met and signed a resolution, 19 of them, 17 representatives, and 2 senators. Senator Sir Joseph and Senator Darius DeLong attended that meeting. In the first paragraph of their resolution, it says, whereas, in keeping with the citation, the meeting was attended by 16 of the 19 members of the Legislative Caucus and the county administration in attendance. So there are 19 legislative members of Montserrat County. 19 of them. 16, 17, 18, 19. Only 3 weren't part of the meeting. But in the coming days, we'll give you sufficient information on it. That meeting was presided over by District Number 4 Representative Rosalind Swakoko Dennis. She the one presided over the meeting. The superintendent of Montserrat County made it clear to the meeting attendees, those who attended the meeting, that $500,000 was received, representing the county social development fund for the period of 2021-2022 as per the Mineral Development Agreement of the Western Cluster. So they met and decided how to distribute the money. So they said projects for all affected communities, 300,000. Intervention to recondition community roads and bridges, 14 districts, 98,000. County sport meet, 2022-2023, county setting, project management committee, arrears payment, 100,000. Bank balance and charges, 2,000. The total, 500,000. And they had a meeting in the Senate conference room. The Senate conference room on the 16th of March 2023. Let me say this to our people and let it be clear. And we will need senators and individual lawmakers to come and tell us whether the law they did not meet, whether the law they did not affix their signature, whether the law they are not in support of what happened. We need them to come in and tell us. $500,000 from the Western Cluster deal. The last time we heard in this country, there was money that was given by China Union. Montserrat County, as a county with 17 districts, were told that each of the districts had their portion of the county of the China Union money. You will be surprised that a lot of the districts, not a single project was done in those districts. By the way, what I just read in that resolution, we'll make breach intervention, do the other one, repair the other one, fix the other one, those are just literature. What we in the media will be calling for is for the legislative caucus of Montserrat County to have a team of individuals, whether you got one project management committee or whatever it is, you have to do it this time around from a transparent perspective, because nobody will put a team of individuals who will be in a skeleton organization, just pass the money through them, then the money returns to the very lawmakers, then they divide it amongst themselves, go back to the district, some of them put it in their pocket, some of them do smaller than what they were supposed to do with it, some of them just choose to do whatever they desire. That is not what we're set here. It happened during the China Union money issue. We are also told that China Union got additional money that they will want to give to Montserrat County and other counties across the country. But our focus is in Montserrat. This $500,000 that we are told is still at the central bank in the account of how you call this thing, the account, whatever the case is. That money, we will follow it to the letter and ensure that each lawmaker in this county will give an account of whatever they will receive. From the senators to the representative in District 17, all 19 of them will have to account if that money is finally released. We are flagging it from the onset because we do not want a repeat of what happened to the China Union money. And so is the case with Western Cluster. So is the case with the Western Cluster. You open the telephone line right now in all of the districts, all of the districts in Montserrat County, the people will tell you that they did not even witness anything happening to them with reference to the China Union money. They did not even see any single project being done by any of the people from China Union. Today, we are told, we are informed about the Western Cluster deal. You should start asking your lawmakers. Oh yes, according to what they got one beautiful paper that they wrote, but me, I not trust it. Be asking them, you are about to do expenditure of the 500,000. What did you project as what we need in our own district? Ask them, what did they say about what your district would need? There are particular districts that will be affected by the transportation of the minerals from the western region. I know District 17 will be affected. I know District 16 will be affected. I know District 15 will be affected. I know parts of District 14 will be affected. So technically, you have District 14, 15, 16, and 17 will be affected. Because through those districts, the trucks and other equipment that will be bringing the iron ore and whatever to the port of Monrovia, those trucks and other vehicles will be passing through those districts. So they are the affected districts. I know they will have to receive more than what the other districts will get, whatever the case is. But, and I repeat, you need to ask what will be of your own personal district, because this is for the county. The money that the county money. All 500,000 will not be spent in these 4 districts. All the districts will be a part. Your lawmakers should not come to you and they be spending money and you think they're doing you favor. Ask them, what is the status of the Western Cluster money? 500,000 came from the county. Tell us, what do we know about the one you took for our district? How much is our district supposed to receive? What representation did you do in your meetings, at your negotiations? What did you say to the people about how much our district should receive? So if you're in District 1, ask your District 1 lawmaker, what case did you make for us? 500,000 to be shared among 17 districts in this country. At least one district should be having somewhere around 20K. Maybe the math is not correct. Maybe the mathematics is wrong. But let's make it practical. Let's make it practical. Let's say 20,000 by 17. If each district is to receive 20,000 US dollars by 17 districts, which is not the pattern of distribution, that will be about $340,000. You still got a whooping $160,000 that will be outstanding. My take is you should be informed of how much will be given. No, that money is not for people to put in the pocket and go campaign. That money is a social corporate responsibility, a social corporate contribution from Western Cluster to the districts in Montserrat, to Montserrat as a county. It said this money, so let's read somewhere here. So it said, whereas at the meeting, the county superintendent, Honorable Florence F. Brandy, informed the caucus members of the funding received from the Western Cluster Mining Company in the amount of $500,000 US, representing county social development funds for the period 2021-2022 as per the Mineral Development Agreement. We spoke to some lawmakers that we will not mention on this platform, and they confirmed to us that the money was received by the county and that they are going to go towards the process of ensuring the expenditure of that money. Whatever process you're going to be going through, that money should not end in the pocket of individual lawmakers for the sole purpose of distributing amongst themselves. When you look at what they wrote, they say project for all affected communities, $300,000. Project for all affected communities, $300,000. We need to know what are the affected communities. Which districts can we locate those affected communities? $300,000 project for all affected communities. That is broad. I mean, that is so holistic. We need to simplify. We need to know what kind of project will be done in which community and which district is hosting which community. Because when people want to do financial, when they want to do things inappropriately from a financial perspective, they tend to bucket up the report. So you say $300,000 for project affected community. What are the list of, what are the names of communities that are project affected communities? Which of the districts they are said were they in? If so, what kind of projects are you going to be implementing that you will put together and it will make up, how you call it, it will come out of 300,000. We need to know. If you've already done that survey, if you've already done that piece of work to make a determination as to how many communities, where the communities are situated, and so forth, if you've done that, for which you've allotted 300,000 towards that effect, then we need to know which of the communities, so that if that project is not being implemented in that community, the community people can know that from this Western Cluster money, we should have had $10 in the budget to build for us one bathroom, so that if the bathroom is not built, although the money is released, then they can know exactly how to go about pursuing it. So think you will just rent community project, a federal community, 300,000. Then you do it, you sign it, and we listen to it. You find one crooked G committee, and you don't tell them, okay, I project money out, committee, I project money out. Then they receive it, 300,000. After that meeting, the press kind of say, oh yeah, the project will receive it. Then they go by the one conference room and put on the table. You bring the big calculator, you divide. No. That's not going to work. We got reliable information that was how previous China Union monies were distributed. And so since this red flag is up from the embryo stage, we will start this conversation. We will initiate the conversation, so that in the end, each of the 17 districts, most especially the places that will be named and tagged project affected communities, will benefit directly from the projects. So if you're in your community, I know most of your lawmakers are fighting for re-election, ask them, say, okay, see, I'm going to ask you, what is the status of our district with reference to the Western Cluster, 500,000? That is the assignment I gave you. Call us and let's have a conversation on this one. Then we go home. That is the conversation I gave you. Call us. Let's have a conversation on it. Then we go home. If you know your district lawmaker, go to him and say, okay, say, I should ask you, I should come to you and tell you, say, he's aware, we are aware that 500,000 were received by from Western Cluster by Montserrat County through the superintendent. It's in the bank. It is intended for affected communities in Montserrat County. What is the status of our district with reference to that money? Go to your lawmaker and say that, okay, say, I'm going to come here and ask you. That's the instruction. Let them tell you about it. If they cannot tell you, ask them. Call us and let's have the input. What we're trying to avoid is a repeat of the China Union situation. We don't want people using our money, taking our money, misapplying our money like it was done years ago with the China Union money. Let's take the first caller. Let's see if we can squeeze in this person. Go ahead, you're the first caller. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello. Okay.
Let's hear you, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yeah, Chris, one calling for Balance Day.
Balance Day, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I don't have anything much to say, but I want. If my sister is listening, I went to look for her 2 times. I really want to talk with her. So if you can send my number to her, let her call you. That the meeting I'm calling you for. But the people when I take our money, they go rock camping with it. Let them use the money for the purpose of which the money is given to Montserrat County.
Okay.
We beg them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let send my number to my sister. Let her call me. I want to talk with her.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will do so. We will do so right away. Let's take this other person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you. This is the voice of Miraculous Francis K. Our junior. I do join you from my comfort zone in Do community. Yeah, let me appreciate you for the analysis.
Do you know your lawmaker in District 14?
Yeah. That's the field lawmaker in Abraham Vermont County.
So ask him what is District 14 going to benefit from the Western Cluster money? He should be able to tell you.
Yeah, trust me, I'll do that. Trust me, I'll do that. Yeah, let me appreciate you for your analysis. Can't see we are in a political time now. Yeah, so most of our lawmakers now they will want to ride on that money to run that campaign. And want to be very, very clear here that any lawmaker that will receive that money and use it for their campaign purposes, they will be disgraced. And it'll be brought to public reality. So thank you for the phone.
We leave it right there. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. What is the name? Where you join us from?
Yeah, okay. How you doing? My name is Gion TM Dolo calling from District 3, Montserrat County.
Go ahead, Gion.
Yeah, I calculated that money. Each, if they will share the money, you go share each lawmaker will be carrying 29,000.
Okay.
Which 7,000 will be remaining. So for me, I live in District 3, which is Bashir District. We got to ask Bashir what will become of the money.
Oh yeah, as Representative Bashir, what will District 3 benefit because the money is County Social Development Fund from Western Cluster. He should be able to tell you what District 3 will benefit.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. We leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, good afternoon. How you doing?
We are great, Chief.
Yeah, I'm Otis Barclay. I call you from Ghana's to Safi community.
Who is the lawmaker there?
Honorable Rachel Kuhn.
Ask Rachel Kuhn what is going to be the position of District 11. He will need to tell you.
I'm going to ask him, but before that, Rachel Kuhn is a lawmaker who can't even put him off a single project saying he was elected as representative.
So,
he can't even put him off
I cannot speak for the other projects. I'm talking about the Western Cluster money. This one should not go unnoticed.
We the citizens of District 11, we're going to gather and go and ask him because we got to get clarity information on that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. We leave you right there. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Let's hear you, sir. Go ahead, Chief.
Jabate Mane, qualify for District 4.
Go ahead, Jabate.
I hear my lawmaker made that when discussing
your lawmaker presided over the meeting.
Okay. Say all in the cookie jar will discuss it in Takame. Thank you.
We leave you right now. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Chief.
Yeah, this is Don Nani Robert. Nani is a Robert. 40 for the 72nd Philippines bill.
72nd. Who's your lawmaker there?
Honorable Tomo Fala.
Ask Tomo Fala. Ask Representative Fala. What will be the Shafa benefit from that money? Ask him.
I know we will not benefit. I know the last stage will be Honorable Fala. Honorable Fala take our money in Lubakani in Koya. To go and elect a pay in Koya.
No, so the one we ask him what the Western Cluster money. Ask him what is the Shafa going to benefit from it. That's your concern.
We will ask your money. Honorable Fala always the better money in Koya this is one. We have to receive nothing into the fine.
So you should be on record to ask. That's the concern. Be on record to ask.
Oh, who answer the question? Okay, who answer the question?
Who is the
even ask the question million times?
Who is
ask the question million times?
Who is?
There will be no answer to it.
Okay, thank you.
There will be no answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. We'll leave you. Let's take the other person. Go ahead quickly. We are out of time.
William Jabi, people defender.
Go ahead, William.
Can you think why get red Jenna? It's all that money will not benefit.
No. Don't defeat the argument so soon. We will ensure the money will be spent.
I'll tell you about setting fee. We pay them money every month paying them. What should you must take the fee to discover our district. Now what I'm saying is that you don't even count all the say what we want in your district or whatever. I ain't just know law very cool. You see, we want to discover what we want, what you tell me what you do for the money. And I think that they just go and do that thing. And they say 300,000 will be spent on the district. So who on the project that you can spend it on? Who on the thing that you can discuss? Then you come and spend it. What's it? Then they're taking 70 feet. So when you go on radio all the time, you never tell what I put your money and will do SYD or community of all the state or who on the project you want. It not happen that way.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's leave you right there and take the few minutes, General. Madam CC, let's hear you.
Thank you for having me again on your line. So my honorable part of that meeting.
All of the lawmakers from Monserrate County will benefit from this money. So ask your lawmaker what representation did he make on the committee for your district.
Okay, so we're waiting to hear that they already get our money. Trust me. If I'm having to hear that you already get our district money.
Hello.
Hello.
You don't have to wait for them to get it. You gotta start to ask them. They've already had a series of meetings. They've made decisions. The money is already with them in an account. So keep asking them. We already know that the money is here. We know that y'all got the money. Please tell us what's in our district. What you tell the people say will be happening in our district. How much we getting? Those are the questions you should start asking so that they can deliver you.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. But thank me for that. I will ask every corner. I will ask you. Yeah, what Lord?
Okay.
Yeah, my friend.
Thank you.
I will ask him.
Thank you very much.
Any thought of that selling family, the public will get to know. But I believe my lawmaker. I believe that you will do something in the district. That money when you come here, you will wait. Because a lot of preachers here, people. No plan will fall in the drainage. The drainage they close. So I think when you get that money,
so that's what
you're going to do with that money.
That's why you gotta ask me. Yeah.
You will get a content when you're hearing new. You're hearing new.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're taking the last two. The last two, then we go home. Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Hello, okay.
Let's hear you.
The president says for chicken factory, member the response.
Your lawmaker is representing Summer.
Okay. And I will attack Summer to tell me what our district will benefit, especially chicken factory that were partner by Joseph Nima Bwaka. So I will ask you what the chicken factory will benefit. So Jabian Summer, when you hear me, when I see you, when I run out to ask you, you must be prepared to answer my question or ask that police will catch you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let it be peaceful. Let it be very, very peaceful. Let it be very, very peaceful. And that is all we can say and ask. The very last person on the line, the very last person, forget about all of the introductions. Let's hear you. Go ahead quickly. No time.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Isaac Wilson, let's hear you, Isaac.
Yeah, I join you from Togo. Thank you for the recommendation. My name is Isaac Wilson. I join you from Togo. I'm a friend of KOK for the readers. We are. You know, I say and then listening to you, telling us that we should go and then question our lawmaker. Some of us from the 14 will not be able to do that because if you go ahead and then question the lawmaker is in the constant habit of other people of flocking people of those who get for all things. So we will ask the people who are in government and then our president to call this.
No. The president got nothing to do with this issue. Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. The president has nothing to do with it. You elected the lawmakers. You asked them. Let them be able to tell you what they're going to do with their portion of the 500,000 that they've received from Western Cluster. And let me say this to you. You know, we go home. We don't have the luxury of time. We're about to go home. They received that money. Each of them should tell you what case they made for your district. They should make a case. It is on the basis of the case that you make. They will have to get money to go to your area. Whatever narrated on our whole resolution of VLA, we're not going to accept it. That money will receive and will ensure that it will be used for the intended purpose. We'll return here tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll host Wesley Yane. He's the the owner of the newest business in town, Ocean Drive, a Liberian who has invested heavily in the tourism industry. What message he has for Liberians, especially those who got money but don't know exactly where to invest it, how to invest it. He's going to tell us more about what we need to know about his business establishment. And so on tomorrow, we're going to be having that conversation. Until then, have a wonderful time and God bless you. Bye-bye.